Well, good evening. What a day. Okay, Patches, you're making a guest appearance since you keep pestering me. Yeah, say hello to your fans. Okay, leave me alone. I fed you and everything. Leave me alone. Go chase the pretty light. Go chase the laser pointer. This morning I had a really bad headache, so I had to cut my live stream short and lie down for a few minutes. And the next thing I knew, I had slept for 6 hours. So I'm not as sleepy as usual. I'm not exactly awake, but I thought I'd come on this evening. Well, it's more night here. It's past 10 p.m. in sunny Southern California. Knock it off, Patches. I fed you, I gave you treats. I even cleaned the litter box and the water dish and opened a can of food and pawed out more kibble. Tora, get off my desk. Come here, you. You know my desk is forbidden territory. So say hi to your adoring fans. That's right, kitty kisses. Squinting. Now get on your chair, not my desk. Stop it. Stop. Okay, let's get the cat treats. Meow. Back off. Back off. Here you go. Tora, Tora, Tora. Oh, look at it's Tutu. She wants treats too. And here's 3C and Smokey. Hang on, Smokey and 3C. You're kitty cats. Maybe they'll leave me alone. Maybe. Hi, Deborah. I'm doing a little better since I accidentally took a long nap. My headache has subsided, although it is not completely gone. Well, 5 out of 6 cats got treats. I guess Sweetie is hiding. I've had her 16 years and she's still feral and doesn't trust me. So, welcome in, Deborah. Oh, my little post didn't post. There it is. Good evening. Well, folks, people, you have 1 kitty and 4 dogs. Well, I wanted a dog, but God sent me cats. A feral cat popped out 4 kittens under my house, and then she disappeared, and one of the kittens disappeared when animal control was rounding up feral cats. But I was left with 3 kittens that were not old enough to fend for themselves. And then, about a month later, some people moved out and left their cat behind. So Smokey moved into my house without even asking. At least she isn't feral, are ya? She's just destructive. But, I was happy a year ago with Tora and Sweetie, 2 cats, and I thought I'd get a little dog. Huh. Not with 6 cats in the house. just feeding them is a major expense, isn't it, Tora? Yeah, I know you want to climb up on my lap, but Tora doesn't sit. She does the pokey paws thing. She stands on my lap. It's very uncomfortable. But she does cuddle with me at bedtime, don't you? She insists on getting under the covers with me. Hi, Jason. How you doing? Yes, the high desert and the great American Southwest, definitely. Yeah, Tora, you can't stand on my lap. It hurts. Go sit on my bed. You can cuddle when I go night-night. Quit it. 12-hour shift today. I hope you made plenty of money doing that. Food, huh? Deborah says food. Hi, Thikimoto. Welcome in. They just got fed and they got treats. Get off me, Tora. Tora is suffering from insecurity because the other cats get attention, especially Patches, since she um, is so demanding. Well, that's good, Jason. I'm glad you made some money. Jason drives an Uber. I am stuck with 6 cats now. A year ago, I had 2 cats. The other 4 just moved in. Rara wants to know if I talk to birds too. No. And Terry wants to know if I've ever had bagged milk. It's great. Well, welcome in, Terry. No, I know that it's available in Canada because I watch Glenn and Friends cooking, but around here we do have shelf-stable milk in plasticized cardboard cartons. And of course, we have canned milk, condensed milk and evaporated milk. The condensed milk is sweetened, and boy, is it sweet. Puff's Ghost is here. Welcome in, everybody. I don't know what. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to read that out loud. I'll just go. Welcome in, everyone. Oh, you like my hat? Well, it's covering up my hair, which is a mess. I haven't brushed it today. There's a artist, a painter in France called Lil Wayne. I thought Lil Wayne was an entertainer. Well, what's my fursona? Hi, Helmetier. Major detractor. Yeah, I have magic powers. Hi, Freeman. Welcome back. Freeman was here this morning but had a terrible headache, worse than mine. Lil Wayne is one of the most prolific painters in the world right now, Gus says. Sorry, I'm not into that. Mahatma Gandhi is here. All the way from India. Gandhi was a great leader, so of course they killed him. I don't know any wizards, with the possible exception of a gentleman who died recently, and I'm blanking on his name and his screen name. Oh, heck. Why am I stuck on names? I'm having terrible problems. Almost had his name. It escaped. No, I don't summon aliens. I just get intuition. For example, I wrote a story about a pandemic. I thought I had a cigarette going. Oh, I haven't lit it. I wrote it in December of 2019, and it was published a couple months later. And that was right before COVID. No, I don't cast spells, but I get these quite unintentional visions when I'm relaxing. Hi, Jive. No, I'm not thinking of George Floyd. I'm thinking of, can't remember his name. He had a YouTube channel. I was a guest once, and I used to watch his YouTube channel. And I'm terrible with names. It's 2 words. Yeah. Well, if I had prepared to talk about him, I would have looked him up. But I was not preparing to talk about him. I've quite unintentionally done astral projection. One time, some entity talked me into cutting that famous silver cord, and I could not get back into my body. When I realized it was a deception. But then I realized that I wasn't really there. I was really in my body, lying down on my bed. And I went down into it so hard that my back actually hurt from the impact. And I just happened to have the radio on, tuned to a religious channel. And hi, at Sequentia, and In the Pines, welcome in. And NA, too. Oh, gosh, I've forgotten his name, too. The guy who had the King's House and actually said, "Send me money, I need a new Cadillac." Old guy with white hair. I don't remember his name at the moment. Oh, yes. Hi, Squiddy or Squidey. Welcome in. Yes, I used to listen to Art Bell all the time. I usually fell asleep before the show was over, but that's okay. I really enjoyed Art Bell. Puff's Ghost is here. Oh, at Sequentia, in this morning's stream, I first showed the 4 different cheeses that I had bought at the grocery store that finally opened. They've managed to rebuild in just over a year after Snowmageddon crushed their roof. So in preparation for a cooking channel, I got Parmesan, Romano, mozzarella, and provolone cheeses. Now, they are not from Italy. They're not the genuine thing, but they're a lot cheaper. Art Bell still is a legendary. I don't make witch's brew, but I do make soup and stew. Let me get this thing lit. No stinky cheese at Sequentia. I do have some feta in the fridge. I don't mind blue cheese dressing on a salad, but I don't eat the cheese plain. Wizards are usually phonies anyway. They're just all flash with no substance. But that's okay. No, I don't make mead. Why ruin perfectly good honey by turning it into alcohol? Well, let's see. I'm almost 70 years old. One more month to go. And I'm wearing the hat. And I don't know. I used to look kind of like Katharine Hepburn. Not no more. In the Pines is here. No, I'm not looking for a boyfriend. I've had the best and I won't settle for less. I was married to the author of Blade Runner, Philip K. Dick. And I don't want anybody else. I'm really bummed that he died so young. Thikimoto says I'm his or her favorite YouTuber. I don't want to show you, pics. I can't show pics. My photos are in the other room. I can't show them to you on YouTube. I don't think I have that function yet, but even if I did, I wouldn't know how. I think I might be able to do share screen, but I'm not positive. If I opened one up, yeah, it says you don't have access to this feature. What's this here? Yeah. Well, as things go along and my channel grows, I'm sure I'll have functions like that. Well, we were married for, let's see, from 73 to 77, 4 years. But I knew him for 10 years total until he died. Hi, Space Dearth, Sparse Dearth. Hi, Gus. Wow, I've got so many people in chat. And Missing No says hello from India. Wow. Yeah, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep is a good novel, and of course Blade Runner was loosely based on it. I don't get alimony. You have to be married longer, and I had child support while my son was under 18, but it wasn't much. Most of the time I knew Phil, he was poor, so we were poor. And when he got a good chunk of money from Blade Runner, he died. And he had 3 children, each one with a different mother. So the estate was complicated, and it still is. Now it's a family trust. Well, I'm glad India loves me. Apparently, my own country doesn't, because I keep getting dinged on social media for things I had no idea might be controversial. I've heard of electric Kool-Aid acid test, but I've never seen it or read it or tried it. I imagine it's something to do with LSD. Can I prove what? Hi, Krell. Just ask my loyal followers. Hi, Richard Corral. Oh, Val has changed your entire worldview. Yes, Gus, I'm Leslie Ann Busby. Yeah, Valis is great, but the first book that was originally titled Valis, the first one Phil wrote, is now Radio Free Albemuth. I would love to visit India and England and a few other countries. I can't. Hi, Spider. Well, I'm not fertile. I'll be 70 years old in 1 month. Sorry, missing no. Yeah, I see. I know, Freeman. You know of Wizards, Harry Blackstone, who's a stage performer, and BlackRock, who makes your money disappear. Yeah. Oh, Phil. Yes, I'm his. Yes, Tiger. My son is Phil's son. I thought I wanted 2 or 3 children, but I soon learned that I was not well equipped to raise children. My son thinks I'm wonderful, but I keep looking back on mistakes that I made. Am I on a list? No. I'm in poor health and poverty. Yeah, I didn't like Valis. I really prefer Radio Free Albemuth. And there is a low budget movie of Radio Free Albemuth. You can find it online, and it's really good. Hi, Wilthos. God bless everyone. Sorry from India. Sorry as in SARI, an article of women's clothing. I look cute, huh? If you say so. Yeah. Oh, Tom Wolfe wrote the electric Kool-Aid acid test? Okay. Squiddy or Squiddy? Squiddy should have 2 Ds. Yeah, we all make mistakes, and some of us admit it. I've never seen the Indian cartoon Dragon Ball. Sorry. Lunar Sparkles is here, and so is the Mayor of India. Welcome in. That's cute. Lunar says someone at like 2 a.m. left a copy of Blade Runner at our co-op barter station. Oh, Freeman is happy, very happy that I like Jimmy Cranky. It's a little skit you can find on YouTube. Oh, namaste, Mayor of India. I think that means peace, but it's more than that. We can't really express it in the English language. Oh, poor Deborah had a tooth pulled and needs to rest. Well, we'll pray that your mouth heals and you don't have any more problems. Sorry it hurts. Last time I had a tooth pulled, they gave me pain pills that really worked, but it's been a long time. Minority Report. Yeah, the movie is nothing like Phil's story, but I like it anyway. But the story is very interesting. At the end, the hero has to decide whether to assassinate a military general. Let's see. Oh, Lunar Sparkles picked up Blade Runner. It says the lady that donated it said it's her daughter's favorite movie, but never read the book. The book called Blade Runner is Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, and it really is not much like the movie. I suspect that many of these movie producers simply wanted to provide Philip K. Dick with some money and possibly use his name, since it was still actually quite popular among science fiction fans, even though there was not much money coming in. Blade Runner is really Ridley Scott's vision, not Phil's vision. I really like the movie Radio Free Albemuth. If possible. What short stories do I recommend? Roog. R-O-O-G. It's told from the point of view of an old dog who thinks that the trash men are stealing valuable treasures from his humans. Oh, the 25th anniversary edition contains 24 pages of new material. Okay. Oh, the NA. Hi, NA. Welcome. They ran out of laughing gas when you got a tooth pulled? Oh, ouchie. I react so strongly to laughing gas that I'm usually asking them to turn it off, with hand signals, before they even get started. How did I meet Phil? We were set up, Krell. He was being clingy with a girlfriend who had dumped him, so she tried to get my mother to go to this beach party and meet Philip K. Dick, but Mom was not interested. And I was walking by while they were on the phone, and I just said, oh, I'll go, because I was bored. It was a summer day. I'd just finished high school and turned 18. And life was boring. I didn't drive a car. I didn't have a boyfriend. I had nothing to do. And that's how we met. Phil was convinced that most of the people, most of the men at that beach party were cops. And looking back, I think he was probably right. Okay. Terry asks, why does it have a unicorn? Oh, the Blade Runner movie. I think that's what you're referring to. That was imposed by the money people. The scene where Deckard and what's her name, Rachel, take off for a happy life. Well, Blade Runner is different depending upon which version you get. I think one version has a unicorn. Anyway, when I met Phil, I just knew he was the one. It was one of those intuitions I spoke about. I had no idea who he was. I wasn't into science fiction. Okay, these are my cigarettes. Camel filters. I cannot get used to the way the camera works. I'm always moving things the wrong direction. Oh, Vikimoto says, bye-bye. Are you leaving? Well, have a great evening, day, morning, whatever it is in your time zone. Oh, Gus likes Second Variety. Yes. The movie isn't half bad, even though it's considered a flop. I saw it on Netflix. I think it was Netflix. I think it's highly underrated. Freeman says he found me a car, a 1944 Brogan Doodlebug. I don't need a car. I can't afford to keep one, especially in California. Insurance costs too much if you can find insurance. All the insurance companies are fleeing California. And gas is almost $7 a gallon. Due mostly to taxes and regulations. Oh, NA likes non-filters. I occasionally had to settle for a non-filter, but I prefer a filter. Oh, Terry Green has to go. The unicorn was a McMuffin, huh? Okay. What do I do for fun? I write stories and poems and books. I've never seen Turbo, a movie about a fast snail. Okay. Well, my insurance has canceled me, so I'm sure my mortgage company will impose insurance, and it will be more than I can afford to pay, but I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Oh, I could read a poem for you if I had a copy of my book, but I don't. Oh dear. Major Detractor made a joke. This is a haiku. This line is 7 syllables. Actually, it's 8. I thought it sounded wrong. And this one is 5. Thanks for coming in, Terry. Hope to see you again. Frank Eversheim is here. Hello from Bonn, the former capital of West Germany. I think the capital of unified Germany is Berlin again. It couldn't be Berlin when Berlin was within East Germany during the time of the Soviet Union. I can't believe how long it's been since they broke up. Oh, well, I studied the German language in the 1970s. Let's see, where was I? Oh, the Soviet Union broke up in 1992. That's 32 years ago. It's hard for me to believe that it's been that long. Yeah, there was a West Germany at Sequentia, and there was a highway dedicated to allowing West Germans to get to Berlin without entering East Germany, because Berlin was not like on the border, it was some miles away. And when John Kennedy was president, the Soviet Union blocked that highway because there was conflict with the U.S. And Kennedy had the military fly over Berlin and drop food into West Berlin so people would not starve. And after a while, the Soviet Union gave up and reopened that highway. Major Detractor says, I do know my haiku. I know that there are 2 kinds of haiku, but I don't remember how the other one goes. I wrote one called The Spider. Let's see, so much depends on a single strand of silk thread. Well, back then, liberal Democrats were for freedom of speech, everybody's rights. The women's movement was very strong, and so was the push for Native Americans to stop being oppressed, and they really were oppressed. Still are in some ways. Okay, Lunar Sparkles is saying something about a red wheelbarrow. I'm not seeing your previous post. Whatever. I have a green wheelbarrow, but the wheel is missing. Oh, Freeman says his grandparents took him on a whirlwind tour of all of Europe. They crossed into East Berlin. Wow. I take it that's when you were a child. At Sequentia, I don't know what the importance of the number of syllables is in a haiku, but you know, all poems have different ways of measuring how many syllables and where the stresses are. You probably remember having to learn about iambic pentameter. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, you got to do it 5 times. I did it only 3 times, but I don't care. And then there's freestyle poetry where the meter and the number of syllables don't matter. But you can still tell that it's poetry and not prose. Hi, Ditch. Welcome in. And Mr. Dolan asks, do you remember when War of the Worlds was broadcast? I'm not that old. Mom was 9 years old. It was 1939, right? Oh, I will be 70. I was born in 1954. I remember when I was 2 years old, Mom and my brothers were standing in the street, and Mom was holding me, and this big black car went by, and there was a bald or gray-haired, I'm not sure which. I think gray-haired man with very thin gray hair sitting in the limousine. That was a parade for Dwight David Eisenhower, who was running for his second term as President of the United States. Somehow, when I try to picture him, I see Albert Hitchcock instead of Eisenhower. Yeah, Gus, I also never met Abraham Lincoln, but I am related to him. My ancestor was his cousin. And my grandmother was born in 1900, so she's got to see 2 passages of Halley's Comet. It's really Halley's, but everyone calls it Halley's Comet. She lived to be 93. I'm trying to follow what Lunar Sparkles is saying, but the chat is going so fast. Yeah, they considered me a problem child in grade school. I was simply bored out of my mind. When I was 4 years old, I pestered my mother mercilessly till she agreed to show me how to read. See, Dad used to read the Sunday Funnies to me every Sunday. the big color cartoons in the newspaper. And then he got a job where he worked on Sundays. So I wanted to learn to read them myself. Oh no. Poor Freeman has to get a series of MRIs next week, and then maybe they'll do surgery on his poor hurt shoulder. Better not be amputation. Poor Freeman needs super prayer. The pain of having a shoulder that keeps popping out of the socket is awful. Oh, Freeman's grandparents also took him to the Soviet Union, and he saw Moscow, Leningrad, and let's see, Kishinev and Moldova. Soviet digested countries. Yeah. Yes, I'm actually related to Abraham Lincoln. Gus is related to John Wilkes Booth. Also, one of my ancestors was a cousin of Daniel Boone. But what really is interesting is that according to Ancestry DNA, I'm a 12th cousin to Muhammad Ali, the boxing great. At Sequentia has to go shopping. It must be morning where you are. It's the middle of the night here. Aw, poor Ditch. Your mom hurt her leg and last year she broke it. Yeah, it takes more than a year to heal when you're an adult in middle age or older. Took my leg 3 years to heal completely, but after 1 year I was walking pretty well. Well, Frank, I'm glad you discovered me here on YouTube. Ditch is related to many pirates, not famous ones, just evil ones. One of my ancestors has a grave marker, but his body was lost at sea. He was the captain on a ship that sank. Now, my older and smarter brother is the one who focused on our family tree, so most of what I know is what he told me. Lunar says it's almost midnight. Well, I've got 11:05 p.m. according to my computer. It'd be more convenient for people who listen. Thing is, during business hours, my internet connection seems to just go downhill and not be strong enough. Ditch says it's 2 a.m. here, but it's been a day. Lunar Sparkle says a drug cartel killed her grandpa. That's horrible. Oh, Lord. Well, let's see. I've been on for 50 minutes, the best part of an hour. And I don't really have a topic. I was going to show some kitchen gadgets, but they aren't clean. Because I slept all day instead of doing dishes. I have discovered that there is a difference between measuring cups for dry things like flour and sugar, and measuring cups for liquids like water and milk. But I need my visuals to explain it. Oh, Lunar says there's a fisherman's festival at Bodega Bay. I gotta look up Bodega Bay. Bodega Bay. Ooh. Nestled along the rugged California coastline, Bodega Bay enchants visitors with its pristine beaches, abundant wildlife, and captivating maritime heritage. It appears to be I can't tell from the map they show. It's too small for me to get the context. Let's see. Bodega Bay. Location. Village in California. Dang it. Okay, I'll click the map and see if, yeah, they made it a little bigger. But I'm not recognizing the names of these towns nearby. Map. Salmon Creek means nothing to me. I'll try this. North of San Francisco. That would have been my guess. About 90 minutes north of San Francisco in coastal Sonoma County. I have been there. When my brother and his significant other were living in Glen Ellen, we went to the beach. Glen Ellen is in Sonoma County, by the way. And I'm sure that it was Bodega Bay. Well, I only recently learned that there's a difference between the measuring cups. I had no idea. Mom didn't teach me how to cook because she didn't know how to cook. I got itchies. No, one, I can show you one. Let me get the one measuring cup that I can show you. Okay. Well, I think this'll do. My Pyrex glass measuring cup is in the sink, but I have this thing. Sorry, I'm terrible at camera work. This is for liquids. I use it to mix the pancake batter. This one is for dry goods like rice, flour, sugar. And this one, I'm actually using it to scoop cat kibble, but this one is for making mixed drinks where you need like your ingredients for a cocktail might be in ounces or liters or teaspoons. It has them all. And it doesn't even hold a full cup. It holds 5 ounces. And 5 ounces is plenty for any ingredient in a mixed drink. Let me put these up. Itchies, bad itchies. It's the weeds that grow this time of year, and I have to go outside and whack them and bag them up. And so the ones that I can pull, I pull. The ones I can't pull up, I whack. Hi, Smokey. Bad cat. Oh, Lunar says her ex-employer owns Jack London Lodge in Glen Ellen. It's near Bohemian Grove. That's something special. These elites think they're just going to have some fun over the weekend, and they're treated to a satanic ritual. Oh, Freeman is sending something to Ditch to show off on his channel. Ditch, what's your channel called? Is it called Ditch? I'd like to search for it and follow you. Yeah, I like copper. You shouldn't be cooking with a pan that's copper on the inside because too much copper can make you seriously ill. Ditchhead. I see. You also found a way to get around the stupid YouTube algorithm that thinks my last name is a bad word. Oh, well. Oh, well. By the way, when I post on other people's videos, this is the name that displays. I got bad itchies. Time for a nice long shower. My house is so tiny, there's no place to put a bathtub. The shower is tiny. It's about 2 feet by 2 feet. Hi, Red Moss. Welcome in. Oh, Ditch has been his nickname since high school. Cool. I don't know what they called me in high school. I think they just called me Busby. But in 5th grade, I was either Buzzing Bee or Buzzard. The co-op is open at midnight? Lunar Sparkles? Oh, you're welcome, Red Moss. McDolan. I thought it said Mr. Dolan. McDolan. Any relation to Richard Dolan? The sun, have I ever noticed the sun seems like an LED light now? Wasn't it more yellow? Eric Surf. Brazil. Oh, welcome in. They're open all night long, the co-op that Lunar Sparkles visits. Okay. Oh, wow. Grabbing a flashlight and bear mace and walking shoes. Yeah, you go out at night, you gotta be prepared. Oh, it's getting chilly. I'm going to have to turn on the heater. It gets down to 40 or less. That's Fahrenheit at night. Still, we're having unusually cold weather for Southern California, and I'm on a mountain where it's even colder. I also think the sun is on a slightly different course than it used to be. Maybe from all these earthquakes. And volcanoes. Let's see. Eric says, good night and many thanks. I can't pronounce it. It's Portuguese. I think it's bone nuit muito obrigado. I learned Spanish in high school, but Italian and Portuguese are not the same, even though they sound similar. Yeah, that's what yes, in Brazil they speak Portuguese. I know that the words that look like Sao Paulo to an American are actually San Pablo. Yes. Well, you're welcome, Eric, and thank you for coming in. Yes, we need more CO2 to warm up the planet, except it doesn't really warm up the planet. When you actually enlarge the graphs they show you, you can see that after warming, CO2 increases because it's warm and there are more plants and animals and stuff, and life is thriving in the warmer weather. L. Freeman, your post is still there, even if you can't see it. You have a wrench, so even if it disappeared, you could do something about it. It would say that it was deleted. You'd have a little line that says post deleted. Oh, shee. I'm going to turn on the heating pad that I'm sitting on. The Tora's heating pad is still on. Oh, that wasn't Tora, that was Sweetie. She ran away because I looked at her. Silly cat. Eric lives by the shore. Ditch, I'd vote for you for anything, but you're not on the ballot in 2024. Tora, come say hi to your adoring fans, and then go sit on your own heating pad, not mine. Say hi. Yes. Oh, Patches, knock it off. That meowing is Patches. She's an eternal kitten. She's almost a year old and still a kitten because there's something wrong with her. Oh, Ditch wants me to write him in. Okay. Patches. She's purring too. Of the 3 feral kittens who moved in with me, she's the one who has become tame because she had to see the vet, and then she had to be isolated in a crate for a month while she was healing. She didn't have any broken bones, but there still is something wrong with one of her hind legs. But it is better now, just not completely well, and probably never will be. But she has not matured. She's half the size of her sisters. And Gimpy, she gets around all right, but she looks funny when she walks. Her hind legs stay curled up, they don't extend. Anyway, she had to depend on me for the longest time. I don't want to talk about Jimmy Cranky Freeman. Patches has patches of orange fur on her cheeks. That's why she's Patches and not Crybaby. Yeah, Ditch, her name could be Gimpy, but she got named Patches originally, so that's the name she knows. Oh, wow. Let me see. Okay. I do have another cigarette. I guess I could bring out the cheese again since so many people missed it. Now, I can't afford Parmigiano Reggiano or Pecorino Romano from Italy, but Wisconsin to the rescue. They're famous for cheddar cheese, but now they make Parmesan, Romano, mozzarella, and provolone. Let me get the cheese. You cats are just pestering me too much. Yeah, hi, Tutu. I think the hardest part of having 6 cats is coming up with names. If their names sound too similar, they get confused about which name goes to which cat. Okay, provolone, I had to settle for Sargento, a major brand, but it is made in Wisconsin. The ingredients are pasteurized milk, cheese culture, salt, and enzymes, and natural smoke flavor. Now, smoke is not a chemical. Smoke flavor, what they do is they infuse water with actual smoke from burning wood. Provolone. I try to find artisan brands. Well, the mozzarella, fresh mozzarella, they had dried mozzarella too. This is by Bell. I think it's Gioiso, Gioiooso. And the ingredients are pasteurized milk, vinegar, enzymes, and salt. And according to many YouTube channels, you can make it yourself with a gallon of milk and some vinegar and salt, of course. This actually has some enzymes. And by the way, enzymes for cheese can be made from vegetables for vegetarians and vegans. Of course, you really need real milk, not almond milk. So I guess vegetarian. But traditionally, it's from the lining of a calf's stomach. And according to the videos, you can just use vinegar. You don't have to have the enzymes. I know you can make cottage cheese or cream cheese or why am I blank on that? The Italian cheese that's a lot like cottage cheese. It's curds. I knew the word this morning when I was making that video. Oh well, later. Now, these are not, genuine. They're not from Italy. The Romano is also Belgioso. Ingredients are can't find the list. I read it this morning. Oh dear. Nutrition facts, calories. Oh, that's the one I couldn't read this morning because the ink is so light it's hard to find it. Magnifying glass. No, that isn't it. I wonder if it has the ingredient. Oh, here we go. Crafted from cultured cow's milk, salt, and enzymes. Okay, and last but not least, classic Parmesan cheese. Not the stuff in the green shaker can. I thought I didn't like Parmesan until I discovered the real thing, sort of. Made in Wisconsin, but actual cheese. I'm never going back to the green shaker can because I didn't like it in the first place. Oh, thank you, Freeman. Yes, ricotta. I made ricotta for a lab class when I was studying biology at the junior college, and our first assignment in the lab was to make ricotta cheese. And if we wanted to, we could go further and turn it into cream cheese, which is simply pressing it together and squeezing out more of the liquid. Lunar loves Romano. Tora, get out of my coffee now. You know better. Coffee's bad for cats. It'll kill you. I don't get stomach trouble from cheese, Stitch. It actually tends to help. Real cheese like this that has enzymes. Now, most people can't drink milk when they get older, but I can still drink milk, and I love chocolate malt flavored Ovaltine. Yeah, fresh grated or even sliced cheese is so much better than the green shaker can. Okay, now where did it go? Pasteurized milk, cheese cultures, salt and enzymes. And the allergy warning says contains milk. That makes me laugh. It's cheese, of course it has milk. Eric in Brazil is 17 and sometimes drinks milk, but sometimes you feel bad, sometimes you don't. Well, what else do you have when you drink milk? If you drink it with a meal, with food, it's different from when you just drink milk and don't have food with it. But in general, if you keep drinking milk and you don't give it up, you'll be able to drink it longer and longer. But if you're having your milk with dinner or lunch or even breakfast, it's different from just drinking milk and not eating. It's better when you eat other food because your stomach is making more enzymes to digest it. And I don't have any trouble with milk when it's cooked, like in a sauce, a pudding. In England, a pudding is like bread. Here in the US, pudding is a sauce, a very thick dessert sauce. But I never have trouble with cheese. You guys, you don't want my cheese. I pulled it out of the refrigerator so they think it's food and that they own all food in this house. I gave you your cat food. I gave you your cat treats. If I had any people food that you would want, I might give it to you, but not this cheese. It is more expensive than our usual Jack cheese and cheddar cheese. You know, Monterey Jack cheese. California is famous for Monterey Jack, which was invented here in California. Jack cheese is very mild, kind of like mozzarella, but not as soft and even less flavored, I think, than mozzarella. Oh, your cat's like canned cheese dip, Ditch says. His cat's like canned cheese dip and he has to hide it from them. Yes, I've got the right names for British foods. Pudding is the bread, and what we call pudding is the sauce that they put on it. Yorkshire pudding is, for example, these puffy biscuit things. It's bread. Yeah, we make bread pudding. The British make spotted dick. It's the same thing. Oh,